Well, good morning to all of my friends out there at Lewis and Clark Elementary. Oh, I am so glad to finally be here with all of you today for your music class. Now, it's a little bit different here at Lewis and Clark because you guys are watching this video while Mr. Holder is actually still in the room. So, somewhere around in the room, I don't know where he's at, but Mr. Holder is there and he's here with you guys. But the way we have to do music this year at Lewis and Clark so that we're safe is that you guys will be watching your music video while Mr. Holder's in the room. And if you guys have a question or something while Mr. Holder's in there, you can always raise your hand and we can pause the video. But as long as you guys are watching the video while Mr. Holder's in there, we will have a great musical experience. Now, Mr. Holder might be in the room and he might be wearing something like this and he'll look more like this. But on the video, I'll always look like this for you guys. Now, I'm at Lovejoy Elementary right now, so I'm not even at Lewis and Clark. But on Monday or Tuesday, it depends which day you have music, whether you're red or gray. I will be there in person with all of you, and I am so excited to do music with you guys. Now, here at Lovejoy, I have all of cool little instruments, and I have all kinds of cool stuff. We probably won't get to have that stuff at Lewis and Clark just yet because we can't share those things. But we'll talk about that later. But I just wanted to say hello and welcome to all of you. And I want to talk a little bit about the rules in the music room as well. So let's start my slideshow presentation. How these videos work is I can be in front of you just like this. I can share my screen and it looks like this, or I'm still in the corner and I'm on the screen too. Sometimes I'll do it different ways, but most of the time I'll probably be like this talking to you guys, or you'll be looking at my screen. So let's start with the screen today. It says Mr. Holder's Music Room 2020, 2021. If you're in kindergarten, hey, hello, it's nice to meet you guys in person for the first time. I don't know if you've been watching my videos or not, and that's okay. But today is our first time together, and I'm so excited to meet you. If you're in first grade at Lewis and Clark, then you had me last year. We already know each other, and you guys are already going to know a lot of this stuff. But here's Mr. Holder's music room. Even though I might be in Mrs. Greenwood's class, or Mrs. Dooling's class, or Mrs. Denius's class, or Mrs. Forrester's class, or any other teacher at Lewis and Clark, just know that this is our music time. So let's go on. I have my thing to go on for me. Let me go back here. Yeah, now I always like to say this with you guys. Let me show it to you. Yeah, there it is. I always like to show this to you. On the side, it says the words welcome. I want to welcome everybody. But on the other side, there's some words that goes with it. So I'm going to read this to you. When you enter this music room, let all the cares of the outside world fade. Music is above that. Enjoy. That's what I want all of you guys to do. I want you to enjoy this time that we have together. All right. Go back to my screen. Rules in different places. I know we have to talk about rules. It's so silly sometimes, but hey, there's different rules in different places. Some of you've been in kindergarten, you've been at home, and you haven't even been at school before. Some of you have been to school, but it's been since March since you've been back. So we need to talk about the rules in our class today because every place has different rules. If you go to church, there's rules. If you go to a restaurant, there's rules. If there's a playground, there's rules. So let's see if we can figure out what these set of rules are for. Let me show you this next slide, and we'll talk about what these next rules are for. If you empty it, fill it. If you dirty it, clean it. If you open it, close it. If you spill it, wipe it up. And if you cook it, share it. I wonder where these rules could be. Does anybody know out there what these rules could apply for? I think it's pretty easy. Those are the rules in the kitchen. Now, Mom might have her own kitchen rules, like don't even go in the kitchen, stay out of the kitchen while Mom's cooking. But a lot of people have rules in the kitchen too. So if you got that little answer correctly, I got to get my sign, you nailed it. Good job, guys. All right, let's look at these next rules. Go back to my screen over here. Oh, be kind to each other, play nicely together, be polite to everyone, be careful with the equipment, and when the bell rings, stand in silence. Where do you think those rules might apply for? There's a big hint at the very top. I see some people sliding and swinging. I bet that's the playground rules. Yeah, you guys got it exactly right, the playground rules. So we've got rules for a kitchen, we've got rules for the playground. Now, let's talk about the rules in music class. Now, we looked at one of those things earlier that said welcome on the side, and then there was sentences beside it. Now, this one, it works the same way, but it says music. So these are our music classroom rules. Rule number one, you can see that big M. It says masks are on. Yes, masks need to be on, just like this, during music time. If we have our mask like this, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. If we have our mask like this, our mask have to be over our nose and under our chin at all times. Now, some masks are going to fit a little tighter than others, and it might be hard to keep it up all the time, but let's try our best to make sure masks are on. Now, since I'm not here with you in person, I'm on video, I'm going to take my mask off, but you guys leave your mask on. Got it? Mr. Holder will be watching. He's probably over there in the corner somewhere. All right, let's go back to the screen. U, the next letter in the word music, it says use your manners. Now, some people think that it's okay to shout and yell. Some people might shout and yell at mom at home or dad or whoever, but that's not what we do in school or in the music room. We always use our please and our thank yous. And if you need something from me, just politely ask. We're not going to yell at anybody. We're not going to yell across the room. None of that's going to happen. All right? Now, let's go on to the S. The S says stay in your seat. It's very important to stay in your seat because we need to make sure that we are socially distancing from each other. And if you stay in your seat, you will be doing that correctly. So let's make sure, unless Mr. Holder asks you to stand, which he might ask you in the video to stand every once in a while, and we'll do a little dance together. But if not, then you are staying in your seat. All right, let's move on to the I. The I says, I can attitude. Yeah, and that's what I want all of you to have. I want you to have a I can do this attitude. Don't say, I can't do this or I don't know how to do it. No, that's an excuse. We're going to say, I can do it, or if we don't know how to do it yet, I will figure out how to do it. How about that? Now let's go on to the C, the very last music room rule. And the last rule that we're going to talk about today is C, and it's choose wisely. Now that you're at school, you're going to have a lot of choices to make. Sometimes you can choose what you're having for breakfast. Sometimes you can choose what you're going to do at recess. You have a lot of choices, but make sure you're always making the right choice. Choose wisely. You guys know what you're supposed to be doing, or at least you should know after this first week of school. So make sure you are always making good choices. All right, we finally made it. You know what I'm ready to do today? Can you read that word at the top? I'm ready to do nothing. Now, if you had me last year, you already know this song. If you didn't have me last year here in kindergarten, well, you've got a treat today because this is the Nothing Song. Let me get it back on the screen for you guys. And I'm down here in the corner, and I'm going to play my ukulele. It goes like this. We're doing nothing. We're doing nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Got it yet? Pretty simple song, huh? It's one of my favorite things to do is nothing. Let's try it again. We're doing nothing. We're doing nothing up there, so let's do it again. Can you sing it with me this time? Here we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're doing nothing. We're doing nothing. something. We better do something. Something, something, something. Okay, last time I'm going to change the words again. Here we go. Welcome to Lewis and Clark. Welcome to Lewis and Clark. We're so glad to have all of you here. Yeah, just know we are glad to have you here at Lewis and Clark Elementary. Good job to all of you. Nice singing. Mr. Holder's over there in the corner. He's giving you a thumbs up too. All right, let's move on. Fairy tale songs. Let me get myself out of the corner. Okay, guys. There you go. Now it's just this. Fairy tale songs. If you've ever heard of a fairy tale, you're probably going to know what a fairy tale song is. We all know fairy tales like Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, or maybe even the fairy tale of Johnny Appleseed or Paul Bunyan, or I don't know, what's a fairy tale you guys might know? I don't know. You're going to have to tell me. So a fairy tale song, though, is a story that we can tell, but the story is actually in a song. Neat. So we could read it just like a fairy tale, or we could sing it to a song. Let's look at this fairy tale song that I have for you today. The Three Bears. So I'm going to read this to you, and let's see how it goes. We are three bears out in the woods. We go for walks just like we should. And then one day, while we were gone, somebody in a dress came and made a mess. We are three bears. She ate our food. She sat in the chair. She even broke the baby's chair. She even broke the baby's bears. And then upstairs, guess what we saw? We saw her in a bed. Get out is what we said. We are the three bears. So when we read that story, we know that the little girl came in the house and they messed with the bear stuff and then they said, get out, right? But that's not so fun when we're always reading a song, right? I want to sing this one. So it goes like this. We are three bears out in the woods. We go for walks just like we should. And then one day, while we were gone, somebody in a dress came in and made a mess. We are three bears. She ate our food. She sat in the chairs. She even broke the baby bears. And then upstairs, guess what we saw? We saw her in her bed. Get out is what we said. We are three bears. Nice, huh? Yeah. So we could actually sing a story, and it's right there in the song. Neat, huh? I always like to do this book with a story or a fairy tale song. You can see it's songs to read. This one is called Down by the Bay. We're going to have to save this one for next week because we are out of time. It was so good to see all of you, and I am so happy to be here at Lewis and Clark with all of my kindergarten and first grade friends, and I will see you next week. All right, bye.